Hi guys, Giant T here on 9th Age Battle Report for you. It's going to be my mighty Dwarven holds taking on the Orcs and Goblins. It's been a long awaited battle. I met this chap online on the 9th Age forums named Duck Breast to come up to the tournament I ran earlier on in the year. So we've been waiting for about 2 weeks to have this fight. Unfortunately it only goes on for 4 turns, but it's the closest 4-turn battle I've had in a good couple of years. So if you're not willing to watch a full battle report, you know, skip it, but I do honestly suggest that you watch this, guys. It's like I said, it's one of the closest ones I've had in a long time. Please enjoy it. So hi guys, we've come to a diagonal deployment with the breakthrough objective. We're going to start off with a lord on a spider, coming onto a chariot, a unit of Nasher Dashers, a
crossbows.
20, was it 20?
20, yeah.
20 crossbows, another unit of Nasher Dashers, a big horde of 38
feral
orcs with the mammoth stabber in there, and you got your BSB and your the lord, is that the lord?
Yeah, the warlord, Iron Warlord.
Cool. The big dude, the spider, absolutely lovely model. Just behind them, 6 trolls with a goblin shaman with a chariot, and for his war machines he's got the bolt thrower, the rock lobber, and the, what's it called now?
It's called git launchers. Yeah.
So that's a git launcher. So that's an Orcs deployment. That's from my left to his right.
I think it's called hold the ground, actually, the objective.
Is that hold the ground?
Yeah.
Even better. So coming from my right, I've got hidden behind here a grudge buster, an attack copter, 21 marksman with the Gillcrafter handgun, and the master engineer in there. I've got 25 deep watch with my BSB, who's got a 1-up armor save and a 5-up ward with a shield. 2 organ guns on the hill, 25 greybeards with full command shields and throwing weapons. Then I've got a unit of 21 Kingsguard with my general in there, and he's got spells which are Reckoning, Oaths Kept, Rune of Metal and Resilience. And on my far corner, the hero of my game, he's going to take out most of this flank by himself, I'm hoping. The Vengeance Seeker. I'll just go through the spells on the Orcs and Goblins side. You can see there. The Big Stomp, the Zap, Green Hand. Wait, no dying. Get them, and that's from the big greens. And then from Shadows we've got Miasma, Orb of Blackness, Shadow Step, and the Devouring Darkness. Yeah. Orcs and Goblins laid down first. They get +5 to their roll, so I need a 6 and he needs a 1 to. Actually, I didn't think I'd win it. No, so yeah, Orcs and Goblins first turn. Right guys, so for Orcs and Goblins turn 1 there was no charges and no movement, apart from the spider comes slightly to the flank, brings the chariot forward, and the trolls pass the stupidity but stayed where they are. Cool. So for magic, he tried casting the big stump in between the organ guns, but failing to do so, only because he tried casting Oi Don't Die on the trolls from guy over here, not being able to get his wizarding level, so no magic goes off for the Orcs and Goblins. So guys, so shooting sees not a lot from the Orcs and Goblins. The bolt thrower aimed for the I forget now, but it didn't do any wounds. The web launcher from the spider comes on here. He wounded 1 but failed. Managed to save on the armor save, but I am -3 -3 inches on my movement. The rock lobber hit the organ gun, but also misfired, and he can't shoot again for the rest of the game. Git launcher also, he missed. They're not in range, and the best part of the Orcs and Goblins shooting, These guys shot the Vengeance Seeker and caused 2 wounds. So pretty dismal turn really for shooting. So we'll go on to Dwarves turn 1. Right guys, Dwarven Holds turn 1. We see Kingsguard just shimmering up a little bit and like facing so we can get a counter charge, or he's ready for these guys and these guys. Greybeards move up, as do the Deep Watch. Marksmen stay where they are. My attack copter comes out to play with the spider, so we can't get a charge on these guys. And my Grudge Buster is in the far flank, just wanting to hang back a little bit and see what happens in the Orcs' second turn. So Magic doesn't see a lot for the Dwarfs, just manages to get oaths kept upon the Greybeards, which was what I was hoping for him to chuck away some dice, but let it go through. I also tried getting out Rune of Resilience and the Rune of Metal. Resilience on this guy, Metal on these, but he dispelled both of them. Hey, right guys, so Dwarf shooting sees these guys shooting at the spider, and as do these, and only causing like 3 wounds between a lot of them. Pretty poor shooting really, considering what I'm hitting and wounding on, so but it is what it is. So we're going to go into Orcs and Goblins turn 2. So movement sees Orc Spider coming down the flank here. The Chariot moves, as do the Nasher Dashers, comes up around. One moves into the forest to try and prevent me from shooting. These nasties move up a bit. Trolls into the forest. The Bolt Thrower pivots to face them, and in the charge phase this guy charges the attack copter, who fled and only rolled 8 and then got munched by a set of nasty looking teeth. And we're going to go into Magic.
Perfect.
Right then, so Orcs and Goblins, they roll 11 on the dice, absolutely phenomenal roll, but the only thing they managed to get off is what did you get off? I can't remember now.
I got Zap on this.
Oh yeah, Zap on these guys caused 6 wounds, and he gets to get them onto his Nasher Dash unit in the forest. Tried Devouring Darkness on this, which I managed to dispel, which was the other big spell he was going to go for, and also No Dying on the Trolls, which he managed to
fail.
And so yeah, he failed.
Forgot his wand.
So we're going into the shooting. Right guys, Orcs and Goblins shooting. This is the I can't remember what it's called.
Skewer.
The skewer, thank you. Shoots at the Grudge Thrower and misses. The Rock Lover can't obviously do anything. This guy goes for the Vengeance Seeker down here and misses. Nasty Git Launcher shoots at these guys and causes 1 wound. And out of everything I thought that wouldn't do very well, these guys shoot on the hill. It was like 5s and 6s to hit and wound, and he kills them outright. And everyone, being dwarfs, managed to stay around on their panic tests. Unfortunately, the pictures for movement, charging and magic were lost, so you're just going to get to see a quick overview of the shooting after this. But in the charging phase, the Venge Seeker ran into the Spider Lord on the flank. The Greybeards went into the Nasher Dashers into the forest. The Kingsguard moved up a little bit to try and help protect the flank of the Greybeards, and the Deep Watch moved a bit closer to try and contest the objective. You're going to, like I said, next clips you're going to see shooting, and then we're going straight into Dwarven combat. So, feeling the sting of the Lost Organ Gun, the Dwarven holds again shoot this at the fella right at the back. Look at that nasty sight. 4 hits, sorry, yeah, 4 shots, 3 hits, 1 wound, so not fantastic. These guys then do a compilation of 11 wounds altogether onto the onto the feral orcs there. So I'm quite happy with that. So we're going to go into combat. Right, combat. Vengeance Seeker here puts a wound on the Spider Rider Lord. Done what I needed to do, is held it there for the turn, but he does have the flank charge here now, so probably not as good as I really wanted it, to be honest. Here the Greybeards made a meal out of the Nasher Dashers and left their carcasses lying all over the battlefield and ended up running into the big horde of feral orcs. Nasty, nasty. Just give you a quick look at what the table's like. And then we're going to go into Orcs and Goblins, turn 3. So, turn 3 for Orcs and Goblins, sees the spider coming into the grudge bust on the flank. I don't think he's going to be around for much longer. Charges here. Chariot and the Trolls both made it into the deep watch there. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to hold up against the Chariot. Against the Trolls, I said I was going to hold against that just because I wanted to see what they did, forgetting they had their minus 6 AP for their spit. But you know, I think I've got enough there to work that out. Hopefully we'll see what happens. So for movement, is that all your movement, buddy?
It is.
Yeah. Spider Lord comes up running up the flank to get a face full of organ gun. My turn. The Chariot comes up here, and the Nash Dashers just come here to force me to charge them, which I'm going to have to now anyway, being out of position after that overrun. So Orcs and Goblins shooting a magic together, because it's quite quick again. No magic went off at all. He tried to get Hand of Gork off them, rolled immensely well. I think it's like 19 he got on the roll, but I dispelled out with a scroll. And he also did Oi No Dying onto the Chariot, which I dispelled. No, he didn't even cast, sorry. Shooting sees the Skewer going for the organ gun and not getting anything, completely missing. These guys shooting at the Kingsguard and whittling off 3, and then the Git Launcher shooting at the marksman and getting 2. So we're going into combat. Turn 3 combat for the Orcs, and the Spider took on the Grudge Buster, failed to kill it, and we stuck around on our break test.
Surprisingly.
It's very surprisingly, and to the annoyance of my opponent. Here, yeah, opened a big can of whoop ass on me, but I managed to stick around on my stubborn roll. I reformed because I didn't really want to kill these off too quickly. Hopefully I want to cause another wound. Don't want any more than that because I don't really want these fellas charging, the horde there charging in on his turn. And I want to try and do some more damage on these. And that was it for combat. So charges see the Kingsguard going into the Nash Dashers. Don't really want to do that, but it left me no choice. I've charged the marksman into the flank again. I don't really want to do that, but we've just had a quick chat about it. We think it's the saving grace for these guys, who's going to die in droves now again in a minute. This one gets some good magic off, which I can't because my dude's over here. And that's it for movement and charges. So magic and shooting sees do magic first, Rune of Resilience and the Rune of Reckoning going off on these guys. Not that I needed it for them, but it's maybe these guys are coming in my front or the flank or whatever. Organ gun takes a few shots at him and deals us no wounds whatsoever. It's one tough son of a bitch with a 1-up armor save and regen. So yeah, very, very, very nice. Right guys, so coming into Dwarven Holds combat, the Kingsguard smashed the Nash Dashers as expected. The Ratnarod caused 1 wound to the Grudge Buster, which I failed and got killed, which is no, it should have been. But the biggest surprise was the combat in the middle here, where I beat the combat. I won the combat by 5 on the resolution, and actually managed to run both the units down. Overrun these guys into the feral orcs. They are feral, aren't they? Yeah,
Feral, yeah.
orcs. And these guys have just come for the backup. So we'll see what happens in Orcs Goblins turn 4.
Hulk's gonna cry.
Yeah, so the dwarf. So turn 4 charges for the Orcs and Goblins. The the spider tries to charge into here, and he needs 17 inches and gets 16. It's a shame for him, but I laughed my head off. The spider rider got himself into the organ gun, which the organ gun will no doubtably kill him outright, definitely. maybe not, yeah, we'll see. And the chariot made it into the flank of the King's Guard, which I'm pretty happy about. And then the bowman went to the tower. So that's it. So coming into Orcs and Goblins turn 4, magic and shooting. He went to try and do hand of Gork to move his rock lobber here to stop any charges. It's probably one of the best moves I've seen actually. I never saw that in 8th edition.
No?
No, never saw that.
It's destroyed me as well.
Yeah. So shooting from the bolt thrower, the git launcher, and the orcs in the building all went for this unit and caused a grand total of 2 wounds.
Mighty 2.
The mighty 2 wounds. So we're going to go into combat. Right guys, so as expected, the coach of chariot lost and ran in combat. We just reformed to try and get a charge against them. The spider rider lord absolutely obliterated the organ gun.
Well, not really.
No, he wasn't.
If he would,
yeah. What happened was he caused 2 wounds, and I didn't cause any. And I actually failed my stubborn roll. My break test, so I failed the break test for that. And then he overran. Here, they caused 5 wounds out of a lot of them. I didn't cause anything, did I?
Nope.
Didn't cause any wounds, but he's reformed like that. So we're going to go into Dwarfs turn 4. So coming into Dwarfs turn 4, unfortunately it's going to be the last turn of the game. Just because of the fact that real life calls and I've got to go to work. So yeah, what happened is the King's Guard made it in, needed 5 inches and they got 5 inches, so that should be quite interesting. These guys done a swift reform to try and shoot off the big spider dude, and we're going to go into Dwarf's Magic. So coming into turn 4, magic and shooting for the Dwarfs, we managed to get re-roll hits off this unit because don't get hatreds anymore, and -1 to wound in that unit. Obviously we've got the King's Guard on the flank. This unit took a wound off the spider, the big spider, and from the master engineer and this forge repeater. The rest of the unit, 14 shots, hits 13 times, wounds once, and he saves. He saves on 6s. So yeah, I'm crying. So
you'll have phobia for spiders after that.
Yeah, yeah. So that's how it stands. So we're going to go into the big combat in the middle, guys. As for combat with the feral orcs, the King's Guard and the Deep Watch, the King's Guard killed about 9 or 10 of the orcs. 1 Deep Watch died, and I think probably a King's Guard died as well. The feral orcs actually lose combat but stay around on the steadfast roll, and that's unfortunately where we have to leave it. It was, like I said, one of the closest games I've had in a very, very long time, to the point where it was a dwarf victory by, so I think it's 127 points the difference was. So it was a 11-9 to the dwarfs, and only due to the fact that I was holding the objective markers as well, because I had 3 units with